Hello students, today in this lecture we will discuss about column and knee type milling machines. As we have discussed in our previous lecture, there are many different types of milling machines are available, and from that column and knee type milling machine consist of the many sub machineries available. That means many subtypes are available based on the movements available. So we will discuss about all that machines one by one, starting with first machine, that is the hand milling machine. So this machine is simplest in design and it is smaller in size, and all the operations are performed by hand except the rotation of an arbor. And this machinery is useful in producing small components such as hexagonal or square headed bolts, cutting keyways and slots on the screw threads. So in simple, this hand milling machine has given name starting with the hand because except the rotation of arbor, all the movements of the table that needs to be done by using the hand, and that's why this machine is called as the hand milling machine. And keep this in mind, this machine is used only and only for smaller components. Now second machine, which is most and most important also as an exam point of view also. So second machine, that is the plane or horizontal milling machine. Keep these two words in mind, plane or horizontal, because if in the exam question asked as explain plane milling machine in detail, or it may be asked as explain horizontal milling machine in detail, at that time the answer of the question remains same, because this horizontal milling machine is also called as the plane milling machine. Now to understand the different parts available in this milling machine, let us have a look at simple 2D figure of this horizontal milling machine. And from this figure we will also discuss about major important parts available in all column and knee type milling machines. So as seen from the figure, it consists of the main basic part, from which first one is base, and this base is heavy casting and it is provided at the bottom of the machine, which can be seen from the figure. And its both top and bottom surfaces, it is accurately machined. Its top and bottom surfaces, these two are machined accurately as it remains parallel to the plane to maintain the proper machining operation. And we can also see that as base is available at the bottom of this machinery, it acts as the load taking member, because entire load of this machinery comes under this base. And as we can see, the column shown over here, it is screwed to this base. So our next part, that is the column. So our first major important part, that is the base, which is mostly available in all column and knee type milling machine. Now the second member available, that is the column, and it has vertical parallel guideways on the front face in which knee slides up and down, which can be seen from here. This knee can be slides up and down with the help of the guideways available in the column. And as one can see from the figure, on the top portion of the column, overarm is provided. So as we see the connection from base, with base column is connected, with column two another parts are connected. First one is the knee and another one, that is the overarm. So now we will discuss about the third part, that is the knee. And knee is a rigid casting which is capable of sliding up and down, which is shown over here. It is capable of sliding up and down along the guideways provided on the front face of the column, that which we have discussed in our column section also. And as we can see, with the movement of the knee, the table height or distance between the cutter provided over here and the workpiece set over the table that can be adjusted. And by operating the screw jack with the help of hand wheel or power feed, the table height can also be adjusted. And as we can see, this knee consists of the another element from which first one, that is the saddle, and another one, that is the table, which is shown by this box. So these two are the saddle and table. And as we can see, for cross movement of the saddle and table, horizontal guideways are provided on the top surface of the knee. So for the movement of these saddle and table, the guideways are also provided on the knee. So this is the basic explanation of the part that is knee. So as we can see, in this type of machinery, two major parts are available which help for machining operation. First one is the knee and another one, that is the column, because along the column knee can be moved up and down, and on the knee table and saddle that can be moved up and down. So all the movements that are possible with the help of the knee and column part, and that's why these machineries are called as the column and knee type milling machines. Now let's have a look at another part, that is the table. As we can see, table is act as support for the workpiece, and it is mostly made of the cast iron with its top surface accurately machined. So over here its top surface needs to be machined accurately because workpiece is set over it, and if it may incline from particular axis, then it may result into inclination of workpiece, and due to which proper machining operation cannot be obtained. So proper machining of the top surface is necessary. Similarly, for any of the workpiece, for clamping purpose, it consists of the different T-slots, and these slots help to complete or to fix the workpiece over the table. And the longitudinal feed is provided to the table by using the hand wheel fitted on one side of the feed screw. And similarly, vertical feed is provided by raising or lowering knee and cross feed by moving the saddle. So if we summarize the movements that are possible in this horizontal milling machine, let us define one by one. First movement, that is the up and down movement along the column, and this movement is possible by using the knee. So table can be moved up and down by using knee. Now second, cross movement, that is possible by moving saddle along the guideways available on the knee. So with the help of saddle, this table can be moved in cross movement or in cross direction. So this cross movement can be obtained by using saddle for the table. And similarly, if one want movement perpendicular to the plane is available to you, this perpendicular movement to this plane is obtained by using this table, and this table moves perpendicular to the plane, which is shown by circle having the center, and this movement is given to the workpiece by using this table. So main three parts, first one is the knee, second one is saddle, and third one is table. So these three parts helps to provide movement to the workpiece. So these are the basic movements available in this horizontal milling machine. Now continuing our topic about the different parts. Up to now, let us first summarize. We have discussed about some of the part. First one is base, second one is column, knee, saddle, and table. Now we will discuss about next part, which is connected to the column, it is called as the overarm. So next part, that is the overarm. And as we can see, it is the heavy support provided on the top of the milling machine. And overarm is used to provide the support to this arbor and yoke. Now, as we have discussed in our first lecture of this chapter milling machine, next part, that is the arbor, and it is used for holding the milling cutters during the operation, and it is the common method of mounting the cutters on the horizontal milling machine. So the support which is used to hold the cutter in horizontal milling machine, it is called as the arbor. Now next part, this arbor is mostly having two types. First one is the standard arbor and another one, that is the stub arbor. So these are the two different types of this arbor. Now on this horizontal milling machine, another two parts that we can see. Up to now, the parts that we have discussed, these all are the parts which are commonly available in all column and knee type milling machine. Now the extra part that are available in horizontal milling machine, from them, first one is the arbor, second one is yoke, and third one is brace. As we have discussed, arbor is the section which provides support to the cutter, and this arbor is fixed at another end by using this yoke which is connected to the overarm. So this yoke is provided to help the arbor during rotation to provide the fixture from overarm to the arbor. So in another word, if we can see, yoke is the linkage to provide connection between overarm and the arbor. And the next part, which is indicated over here, it is called as the brace. And this part, brace, as we can see, it is connected from overarm to the knee. So it provides connection or combination from overarm to the knee, and it acts as a one linkage to connect this overarm and knee. So up to now in horizontal milling machine, we have discussed different parts available in it, different movements that can be obtained in this horizontal milling machine. So if we further summarize the motion obtained on this horizontal milling machine, so first one, it is the longitudinal direction, second one is vertical direction, and third one is the cross direction. And as one can see in figure, longitudinal direction is indicated by this sign, vertical direction is indicated by by vertical sign with two arrows, and this cross direction, or we can say it as perpendicular direction to the plane, which is indicated by circle having the center. So first direction over here, this is the second direction, and here it is the third direction. So all these directions are also necessary to show in the exam, because from this figure only one can understand the movements available in this horizontal and milling machine. So I hope it is clear to you the different parts available in column and knee type milling machine, and another extra parts available in horizontal milling machine, that are arbor, yoke, and brace. Now in our next lecture, we will discuss about vertical milling machine and other extra parts available in it. So looking forward to see you all in our next lecture. Up to then, thank you.